Yes, what's going on? It's Chad Brown, MMA fighter. I ain't fought in a few years now, but I thought it'd be interesting to talk about how I was feeling in my fights. So I want to talk about as the fights go on as well. So we watch it together and just talk about how I was feeling. Because fighters go through so much different stuff before the fights, when the fights arranged, training, all sorts. And on the day, you might not feel yourself. You might feel ill. You might feel great. You might not have had a good weight cut. Things like that. So I thought it would be a good thing to for people to hear that because you have fight. You watch fights now. You see people come together, and then you judge them on who's turned up, and you actually just think that's their best, isn't it? But reality is that you know their version. That's the version what turned up. It's not the version that's the best of them. So, but no knock against the person they're fighting. That's just how it goes. If it was a real life situation, then the person will be dead. And that's how you gotta look at it, isn't it? Like survival. So who's gonna survive the fight? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta put everything into it. But sometimes, I suppose there's rules. So you have the feeling of, it's sometimes not that, But yeah, I mean, I turned up in this fight. I turned up. Do you know what I'm saying? So I felt really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Risk as well, taking the fight, but not much to lose. You know what I'm saying? I came off a fight that was, I don't know, a draw. My first pro fight was either a draw or, did I win that last? I don't know. It's such a weird one. It was so close, but they gave it to the other guy. So on the night, and I think they wanted to turn it over and make it something what didn't exist. But I put a lot of work into every time I turn up to fight. So I didn't want that erased at all. If they say he won, he won. It was very close. Um, and that's how I wanted to keep it. So yeah, that stayed on my record definitely, and that's why I came into this fight. And I learnt from the last fight as well. You know what I'm saying? I learnt from it. So anyway, let's get into the video, and I'll talk to you about what's going on.
Up next in the WFC Light Heavyweight Division, Christopher Malcolm takes on Chad Brown. And ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is in the WFC Light Heavyweight Division. So let me introduce your first fighter to the ring. From Team Trojan, Chad Brown. Right, we have...
Yeah, sorry if I feel a bit tired. I don't know because I feel tired. I've been training all morning. So I get up and I'm training in the garden. Then I go over to the park. I'm training there, and then I go to the gym, and I've trained. So like now I'm just relaxed. I'm just chilling. So I feel a bit drowsy, but I've eaten. I've had a lot of water and stuff. So, but you know what I want to say about it? Just think, because I'm thinking of things now. What happened? Um, so I remember getting a phone call for this fight. Yeah, no, I phoned my coach. So I phoned my coach, Danny Beaver, and I asked him, is there any fights? You know what I mean? And there so happened to be this fight this week, in that week. It was like 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, and then I had to let him know what I wanted to do. I think the next day I rang him. I'm sure of it, and said, "Yeah, I'll do it." Because I wanted to fight. Um, and he knows how I am. I get down. I train all the time. Um, so if I'm ringing him and asking for a fight, then I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? But obviously I'll go to the gym and stuff as well, so he sees me. But I think I felt very confident. Like I said, it was a risk as well. I felt, especially with my striking, very confident in my striking, and fitness. Um, I'm a middleweight fighter, but I took the fight light heavy. Um, you know, and I think it was Chris Marquand's first fight. I'm not sure what he did previously. I was just told that he was a kickboxer before. So, but I think he did some wrestling as well. I'm not sure. Later on, I found out after the fight. I found out he did some wrestling in his career because he knew some people I knew. Nice guy as well, really nice guy. I think everything I was feeling was just to get the first fight. You know what I'm saying? To deal with that emotion I had from the first fight. The first fight was like, you know, I trained so hard, you know, and you know, probably felt like I won that fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. I did get knocked down. I wouldn't say knocked down. I got rocked. And I had to choose to go stay standing and seeing blurry and different colors, or kind of find my back, basically get down to my back. So I remember reaching back to feel for the cage, and I ended up like dropping down and then defending from my guard, where he was coming at me from all sides, and I was listening to my corner say, yeah, it's coming from the right, it's coming from the front, and I managed to get my head back, and but you know, it was good because I had to. I mean, you have to go through that, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I fought until the end, and that was like part of the second round. Was that the end of the first or second? I think it might have been the end of the second round. I'm talking about my first pro fight. Sorry, not even this one. I don't have the video footage for that, but it was interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, I fought really well in that fight as well. So I wanted to really get back at that. You know, I really wanted to get my that I wanted to correct any mistakes that was made, and I just wanted to make sure that I finished this fight. So, Ross, we talked so long.
Chad Brown making his way to the cage from Team Trojan, and Wesley Chan has stepped in at very, very short notice to make this fight happen, but he comes from a superb camp. You'll find a lot of these fighters, Malcolm, they're always fight fit, so I'm expecting that from Chad to make no difference. He's got nothing to lose, but I don't think he's just, you know, taking this fight out after eating chips and burgers for the last 2 weeks. He'll be fight fit, I'm sure of it. Yes, Team Trojan always got a good pedigree. As you said, their guys are always virtually fight ready. But in the respect, it gives them a lot of freedom, doesn't it? He's come here not expecting to fight, maybe just to watch. He looks in the shape, so you're right, he's certainly not on the burgers. But now he's got the fight. If he wins, wow, I turned up and won. If he loses, I took on short notice, there was no preparation. There's a lot of freedom for this man. You know what, Malcolm? It would definitely give him a sense of there's nothing to lose, everything to gain. A very good pedigree, sir.
It was interesting as well, like in just before we came out of there, I don't know, what can I say, the Mike Tyson stare down in the hallway I was getting from Chris, and I'm a lovely guy, I'm just a nice friendly guy, so I couldn't understand what he was doing, but what he did worked because it got me in the mood to fight. Do you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking, like, it's just, why is he staring at me like that? Why is he walking up, pacing? You know, it got me revved up, and probably why I came out the way I came out. You know, he might have not got the same results. You know, so that was interesting. You know, and I was still learning. I'm still learning to know what's going on in the fight game. So. Yeah, just the stare down was kind of crazy, and that was in the hallway while we was waiting to come out. So I'm in mind thinking, why is this guy? What's he on? Does he actually think he can beat me? Do you know what I'm saying? Does he like what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to. I don't know. I just came out. I suppose that was playing in my mind, but so yeah, I was ready for it.
He'll be skilled and drilled, that's for sure.
during the rules, I didn't know that there was going to be elbows involved on the ground. Yeah, because you know that makes a big difference. If you're thinking there isn't going to be, because I think on UCMMA they don't do elbows on the ground on the pro fight. You know, so you'll see them punching, but they won't see them elbows, even with pro fight as well. So you know, the adjustment, the rules, I was like, whoa, you know, it kind of took me back a bit. It made me feel like, raw. Okay, it's something else to think about. My brain's like now, you know, it's had to take. I don't know if it's fear or frighten or your mind just like boom. Okay, raw. Okay, but then like you know, what makes me always feel good and safe is you remind yourself you're training. Remind yourself of your training and that you know how to defend that. You know what I'm saying? You've done it 100 times. So I was expecting him or that to happen. You know what I mean? I think was it him who asked? I think he even asked. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just a weird thing because you know you really got the mindset of the fight in your head. What is gonna go down? How you gonna do it? Like in some sort of way. You know what you have to deal with, and then that was an added new thing to the game. You know, I'm already coming in short notice, fighting someone I don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? And just relying on my skill set and everything I know and how to fight. So yeah, you know, just come and get paid, you know, and yeah, just see if my techniques work. What I went over like 100 times. Oh my God. What you see in this video, I went over it 100 times and looking for the reactions that people make from these, the shots that I was taking and the things I was doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, we you know, went over it. I went over it enough times.
I'm picking up on your point, basically just looking at his physique. He was virtually fight ready looking at him. You'd think so. Doesn't look like a body that's been eating chips and burgers, does it? Ladies and gentlemen, now welcome his opponent to the ring. From Team Thompson, Chris Malcolm. So, Chris Malcolm coming to the cage, 26 years of age, making his pro debut here for Team Thompson. And you might say that it doesn't matter who his opponent is there because it's his debut. But having been around this sport for a long time, it's amazing how sometimes fighters prepare for a name, they do research on their opponent, they see where he's from, what camp, and it can actually turn your head a little bit when you realise that it's not that guy you're going to find, it's someone else. So let's see how Chris responds to that. And Wesley, I was just saying that the thing is sometimes fighters are funny people.
Yeah, and another thing I had to deal with his weight as well. So, do you know what I'm saying? He's light heavy. So his body was prepared for this. And my body is prepared for middleweight body. You know what I mean? I mean the weight I probably weighed about 87 for this fight. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's probably 90, 93, whatever it is. So I had to take that into effect. As we do, as fighters, we do that anyway. We train with different size people. So, you know, it's yeah. And I'm a strong guy. I'm very strong. I know that I'm strong. Everywhere I go and whatever I do, I'm strong. So my thing is to be very technical. Do you know what I'm saying? As best as I can to be very, very technical and sharp at the things that I do, because I already know that I'm strong and I carry that power and I can handle myself. So yeah, I want people to know me for being technical. You know, it's weird, but it's yeah. That's just how it is. So yeah, so I had to carry his weight. And it's interesting that could have gone really badly for me. It could have been. I mean, he was even on top of me. You know what I'm saying? It could have been really bad for me, to be honest. And you'll see, like, he had me in certain positions that, to be honest, I just couldn't get away from. I couldn't move. I'm going to talk about it then.
Just the very fact that your opponent's been changed can have a psychological impact on you. You get resigned to that name, that person, and suddenly he's not there. It will definitely have an adverse effect because a lot of fighters would have done their preparation. You know, it's not their debut, you get on YouTube. What you've been listening
style that this person's going to come out and fight. So it doesn't work well for Chris, but it might work against his psyche.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is in the WFC light heavyweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. He has a professional record of no wins with 1 loss. Representing Team Trojan, Chad Brown. Now let's look at the opponent in the red corner. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. He is making his professional debut and representing Team Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Malcolm.
So here you have it. Chad Brown, the one fight, the one defeat, but it is experience against Chris Malcolm making his debut and finding out today that his opponent's been changed. The good news is his fight's still on after all that preparation, but as Wesley and I have been saying, fighters' psyches are a very strange thing that...
But yeah, he was staring at me mad in the hallway, so I'm on a hype now. So, you get me? It worked. Whatever he was trying to do got me in the mood, because I come out and I'm just looking at him to say, like, nah, it's not that. Like, I'm come to fight. Yeah, so, yeah, it's a bit weird.
People that don't fight will possibly never understand, Wesley. You've been there, you've done it, and it can affect you, as we said. So it's going to be really interesting, this first 30 seconds.
You're right, Malcolm. A lot of this is, the fight can be won in the mind before you get in the cage. So
let's see.
Yeah, you have to have a strong mind. Yes, completely. Like, and that's what I was saying. The things that I was doing for this fight and what made me confident enough to ring my coach and say, yeah, I want to fight now. And he said this week, and I was like, boy, you know what? I've trained every day. I've been doing stuff, some new things, and learn some new things and stuff I want to try out. So yeah, literally, I've got this. I can do it. I can win the fight. You know what I'm saying? So because I've been going over the same things over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm confident that they're gonna react in this way. So this is why this is why it is important, the mind, to be confident in what you're doing. And I went out there with confidence. So
whether the change of opponent will best affect this moment with Superman attempt there. Chad Brown very sharp with the strike.
yeah, I remember coming out with a Superman punch, and then the next punch was a straight right. It was fast, and then the second punch, so Superman 1, 2, right cross, and then I went for another right cross, but it was more of a like to see what he was gonna do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, not like I was actually gonna hit him with it. So I just kind of threw my hand out there, and this is what happened. He took me down. But I was fully prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? So.
As a result of those sharp punches, I think Malcolm did the safe thing for him to take his man down.
quite right. It looks like he's got a lot of upper strength. Nice takedown, but he's fallen back.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I'm looking at my corner. I'm looking at Danny Beaver, and I like to say, "Well, God, what are we doing now? What are we doing now? What's going on?" Like, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting, you know. I think I might have heard his voice. It's such a weird thing, having communication while the fight's going on. And like, I've blanked out that there's even an audience. It's just kind of like me, my corner, and the person I'm fighting. You blank out the refs there as well. Like, you just tuned into the fight. It's such a weird feeling. So me looking at Danny Beaver, maybe he said something. Yeah, what made me look at him? Or I'm down here now. What do I do now? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think it's funny. But yeah, it works still. It works.
To guard, to an ideal position to be. He wanted to really pass that guard and start working side of submissions. He's going to release his elbows and then start raining down.
As you can see, he wants them elbows, but I'm blocking them with my elbows, and I'm trying to tie him up as best as I can, you know. And then I can feel his whole body weight, his weight, the extra weight that he's probably even put on the next day, because, you know, after we weigh in and then the next day we come back and we're heavier. So Yeah, but I know that I haven't really put much weight on because at that time, no, I don't really. I'm like 87. The highest I'll go up to, but is 89. No, 88. The highest I'll go up to. But yeah. So
Gets the blows through.
And when we mentioned earlier that space is your enemy, Brown's doing the right thing, isn't he? Trying to tuck his man in, pull him in, he's trying to get that control of the neck. He's got his hips high, he's got the legs round that waist, because any space he gives Malcolm, that can be hurtful ground and pound.
Well, if you're against someone that's got a good ground game, it will be utilised and used against you, that's for sure.
And again, Jack Brown trying to make sure that guard isn't passed. Chris Malcolm, I thought he responded very well to what we saw was very sharp upright game from Brown.
You're right, but Chad's done a good job of tying up his arms. So Chris is using a lot of energy just trying to free himself to kind of get some strikes down.
He is doing the sensible thing though there, Wesley, by taking his man to the cage. There's so much more he can do, isn't there, once he gets his man back against those chainmail.
yeah, so I'm in his corner now. He's dragged me all the way to his. Well, I kind of probably helped him with that because I'm scooting, jiu-jitsu, scooting back and trying to wiggle my way, because his weight is all on me. So I'm scooting back and, he's guiding me as well, as you can see, because he's realizing that, he's using a lot of energy trying to get out of these traps that I'm putting for him. So, because I don't want to be getting pounded out or whatever, the situation is there that he's trying to hit me. So I've done a good job of tying him up. Obviously, that's something I already knew how to do. You've got to know how to defend yourself.
And the other thing that he's done sensibly, he's taken his man to his own corner, so his own corner will be coaching him.
Yeah, so I saw the opportunity that he raised up and took a knee off the ground, and I'm sure everything was legal there. Yeah, I pushed away, as you can see what happened there.
There's that upper body strength you mentioned. He's got strength full stop.
Oh yeah, and this is not a good place.
That was some sort of wrestling throw he just tried to do there. Yeah, that was mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know what this guy does or what he's capable of. And he probably, I don't know, did he see my last fight? Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, that was interesting, but I defended it. As you can see.
For Chris, he's just fallen into full mount.
Now explain the difference for those that might be watching for the first time. He's in full mount now, whereas Chris Malcolm's position was, but explain that.
Well, just moved down a bit, but full mount is when you put those legs up behind the hips. You just can't move much. Can't move at all really. It makes you in a very vulnerable situation.
But luckily for Chris Malcolm, he is now out of that situation. But we've just seen a hint of the strength in Chad Brown now.
He definitely seems like he's packing a punch and got good upper body strength, so Chris needs to be aware of that.
Short knees from Chad Brown. They're not really harmful, but again, they're distracting Chris Malcolm from the job that he wants to do.
Yeah, this guy's weight, Chris Malcolm's weight, had me stuck against the cage. There was no way of getting out of that. I say more time to train. I suppose I should have been fishing my arms through to get out of, to get the underhooks basically, but I was fighting it. I suppose I was fighting naturally as well, I've probably done that so many times, but for some reason I was fighting like this. But I can see, it's weird because you watch and you can see like what I could have been doing different, and what I should have been doing, you know what I'm saying, to make that a little bit easier on me. But I was dealing with a heavier guy on me, but I was was doing what I had to do. So.
I've been impressed by Brown's defensive work. The attempt for a floating aim by Brown was a good job. This might help Malcolm grow a little bit of confidence with him.
Looks like he's going for the takedown there.
Yeah, but it's stalemate at the moment from the two men, but again, Brown looking for the man to fire off the shots when they're upright.
As I was saying to you before, Malcolm, these situations really do drain and knock out the fighters. Doesn't look like they're doing much, but pressing each other up against the cage really takes a lot of energy out of you.
Now, if you're in Chris Malcolm's corner, would you suggest that he takes his man down again and has another look? It was unfortunate, as you said the last time, but it's also as much to do with Brown's defence. Would you be happy with him here, or would you like to see him try and take his man down again?
I'd like to actually see him give him a bit of space and see actually what he's got on the stand-up, and then make a bit more of a clear assessment.
And as you said that, Wesley,
I think Chris, he used a lot of energy trying to, when we went down to the ground and he tried to do striking, get out of my guard, and drag, all of that. He took a lot of energy out of him, and I think on the cage, leaning on me and holding me there, it might have even been using his power. I thought it was just his weight. It might have been using all his power to keep me there as well, because I felt like squashed, so he's probably gassing now, and not me so much. I was more defending, easy, and dodging punches and stuff, and whatever I think he was trying to throw at me. So this is what happens after that, because
that's exactly the same opinion, I think.
So I throw a feint. Looking at it now, it looks fast, but literally it was just like a pretend punch sort of thing. Again, that was another pretend punch to see his reaction and then explode. Do you know what I'm saying?
But again, the other thing you mentioned, the light heavyweight, we've got to look at the cardio. That was a lot of time spent on that cage. You said very training on a big right hand from Jack Brown.
Because I wanted him to think that I was tired as well. I really did. I really wanted him to think that I was tired. So I just threw a punch, but to me, that wasn't my fastest punch. It was just like, let me just see what you're going to do. I want to step and throw this. And then, and you can get to, like I said, reaction. So when they react, I can just, I think he did something after that with his body movement. What I found good to throw a punch while they're gonna just about to do something. So he alerted some sort of senses after I threw the fake punch, and that's when I exploded in straight away like that.
You can tell this man wants to grind the man. This is dangerous position, isn't it?
Chris doesn't want to be here. He needs to kind of go back, which is a kind of jiu-jitsu where
It's interesting because I was throwing, again, these are just threatening punches. None of these punches are landing. You know what I'm saying? I think I get an elbow and maybe one punch. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the punches, they're just, getting him, keeping him, he's tired, he's keeping him reacting. Like none of these punches are landing. It's just to get that reaction, keeping him on that threat. Like, oh shit, and I'm tired. Oh my god, like, you know what I mean? So, I was concentrating on that part of it. Being a smart fighter.
shrug your opponent off because you're just getting free rein to actually rain down those big blows.
Yes, Brown is looking to do that with the elbows as well. As you said, Wesley, a very dangerous position for Malcolm. He really capitalised when the referee separated them, didn't he?
He did indeed. You see, Chad's got a bit of wrist control there. He's going for what looks like a Kimura.
Yeah, I was going for is it a Kimura? I think I was going for a key lock. But yeah, quickly changed my mind because he was holding my wrists and stuff.
Oh, but there's very little left in the round now. And it's just as well for Chris Malcolm. It's very dangerous punch, as you saw there.
that's what made him turn over, because that was a clean punch. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get many blows in there. It was all a lot of threatening hits, and he was threatening and tired. So yeah, you don't want to feel like that. You used everything, and then you got a guy. Yeah, so he's trying to defend himself.
I don't think you have enough to capitalise on it. That's it, I'd say. Big round for the late replacement view.
Without a doubt, I'd say Chad all the way there.
Yeah, I don't know what time of the year this was, but my chest did feel a bit tight, so a bit asthma-y. Felt a bit like I had asthma. It was making me feel weird, so not good sign, to be honest. But you know, and I think that made me have to know. That made me say, you know, I have to get this done now. I should do whatever I'm gonna do now. Just do it, because you know what I mean. I was feeling like that. I think it's nearly like 6 minutes into the fight. So this is what happens in the
Key moments there were all about space, Wesley. The space that Brown looked for, and the space that he wouldn't give Malcolm when he was trying to get into it.
The ball is in, Malcolm's corner. You see the sequence got standing up. Again, take down. When you get down, release your arms, don't let him tie you up. Try to work the ground and pound, try and tire him out a little bit more.
Because it was a frustrating round for Malcolm when they hit the ground, because Brown was so good at tying up those arms, giving him no space. And what about the energy side? These are light heavyweights. Energy extended.
You can see Chris Malcolm's kind of breathing quite deeply there.
Even when he went down in that round, I was looking and I just walked round. I thinking, I see some of the guys just jump into the guard, and where I saw he was kicking, I thought, let me just walk round. Yeah, so again, no way.
So he's feeling the pace.
Chad Brown breathing heavily as well, but not as heavily. You feel there's more gas in his tank there, for want of a better term. As you said, yes, you're right. Chris Malcolm has taken a lot out of him that first round. And that saw that hope start again in the second round for Brown. Didn't quite land cleanly.
Yeah, so I'm setting him up right now to do. In my head, I said, like, I have to do it now, because the way I was feeling, again, like sometimes in the summer I used to get it's like hay fever, but it brings on some asthma, so you start to feel wheezy. It's like you're breathing through a small hole. So I was dealing with that at this point, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like, yeah, I'm winning the fight. So I literally thought, if I don't do this, I'm gonna pass out soon. So yeah, my chest was kind of bugging, but you know.
But he's looking to keep that space, isn't he, Wesley, to fire off those shots?
Yeah. He needs to be aware that he's got time.
Yeah, so when I threw that shot, again,